Maybe we start with a short memory of Bedok village. I mean, today's podcast is on Chee, but
Yes.
let's do a little bit about Bedok village in addition to
Mm.
what Dennis had told us already.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
any
Mm.
memories of Bedok village?
Yeah. Bedok village, mostly the people were fishermen because they live very close to the beach, Bedok beach. Huh? They were fishermen. And I used to patronize the Bedok beach and as well as my uncle's, my ex distant relative shop. He had a shop there. And we used to go there to have haircuts because my house was quite far away. I mean, not a distance. So every now and then got to travel there for marketing, for haircut and whatever. And also visit my distant relative. Uh, because being immigrants, early immigrants, we have very few friends and all that. So a distant relative is a very good uh, close friends, I should say. So we visited them and then we went there to have a haircut, to have food and do some marketing and visit the beach and ride around the Kampong and then go back home.
What was the address of your house at Bedok?
Bedok is Tanah Merah Kecil.
The unit number, is there a unit number?
598-29 Tanah Merah Kecil Road.
598-79.
29.
Okay.
Tanah Merah Kecil Road.
So I have Bedok village here.
Haji Salam, yeah, there's Kampong Santing, further west, a little bit, further west a little bit. Chinese cemetery, that's the one, Tanah Merah Kecil Road.
Okay, this one.
Yes,
so
yes,
you live here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we walk to Bedok village.
I think this map is a bit too old. This is 1954.
Yes, I'm very familiar with that because I have a map
okay.
too like that. Yeah.
Okay. Although they named the village on the eastern side here, you can see. Bedok village, but okay, so it's quite far away. It seems.
Not actually, because we within walking distance, I should say.
I see.
Because those days everywhere we walk.
I see. So did you live very close to the cemetery?
Yes, definitely at the edge of the cemetery.
This Kampong cemetery Santing. At the time was still being used, right?
Yeah, of course. It was a Teochew cemetery. It's called Kampongs Santing.
How far is the cemetery away from the graves? How far away from your house?
Actually, it's at the edge. We live at the edge of the cemetery.
Okay.
So every now and then you can hear the people prayer and the gongs and the crying and when during burial time.
Very interesting days. The Bedok school here, Bedok Mosque.
Yeah, I attended the Bedok Boys School.
Okay.
When I was young.
This one?
Yes, Bedok Boys School. They call it Bedok School because it has a girls school too. But I attended the Bedok Boys.
Could you talk about the population of Bedok village? I mean the ethnic groups.
Mostly Malays. They are mostly fishermen who live by the sea. Of course, a few work as civil servants, like a policeman, and then customs, as well as, of course, some doing domestic work, like catching grasshopper for sale to the bird shop. You can see every now and then there's this grasshopper catcher going around with a net, and then go to the empty grassland to search for grasshopper catch, and then sell it to the bird shop. Very interesting. You cannot find them today.
No, yeah. I don't know what happened to our grasshoppers. Not many left, I think. So how many Chinese were there? Were the Chinese population big?
No, not very big. I think we can count it with a finger, I think.
Okay. How did your family come to stay there?
A distant relative had a piece of land there. Of course, not the one that I refer to at Bedok village. There's another one. he had a piece of land, and being empty, he called us to my grandmother and grandfather over to occupy the land free of charge, because those days the landowner would attract people to go there and stay there to help develop the land. So we went there and then developed, had a farm there, and then of course doing farming, poultry rearing, fish rearing, and then also have fruits plantation as well. And also there was a coconut plantation.
The Chinese in Bedok village, were they mostly Hokkiens or mixed?
I should say they're mostly Hokkien. Yeah. Bedok, of course, you to talk about the Malay village lifestyle and all that. I already wrote a book about Muslim lifestyle in Bedok. I think it can take a long time to talk about it.
Right. Okay. So to the viewer, please go and get the book from the National Library or from Mr. Yeo, and you can read about Bedok village. Okay. Maybe you can tell me about marketing. Where would you get do your marketing? In the Kampong house.
In Kampong, very good. We just walk about 10 minutes or 5 minutes. All the market all sell on the ground. No table. All squat on the ground. Fish and veggie all. Then after 10 or 11 o'clock, all will collect, all will go back.
Yeah.
They clean there. Just 10 minutes walk. They got no table. All put on the ground. Fish, pork, everything all on the ground. Very funny, yeah.
So this is a kind of wet market, is it?
Yeah, that's right. That's a wet market.
Okay, maybe we can look at the map. Maybe you can.
They are not permanent there. Every morning they will display all the things. After 10 to 11, they will collect all, and then the place will be just for people to walk only.
Right. So Dennis, can you remind me again what is the address?
The address was 6143 before 1964, and then it became 10J Bedok Road.
10J.
From 1964 onwards. The house is located behind Bedok Rest House.
So this is Bedok Road.
At that corner, the bottom corner down there.
Right, this is Bedok Road. And 614. So I know 6143 initially, and then became 10J. Is it?
Yeah.
How come?
Don't know. We also don't know.
So your house is around here? Is it one of the rectangles?
No. I think those are just representative of the entire Bedok village. The house is on the lower part behind the Bedok Rest House.
All right, somewhere here.
Yeah. That's why it's near the sea.
Okay. So the house is not part of Bedok village.
I think it's all part of the Bedok village.
It's all part of it. Okay.
One whole big area, They just give it a name.
Right.
The whole Bedok village, I think, extends to where Sungai Bedok is, and then I think north, this one whole cluster. Yeah, the market will be near the center of 3 dots called Bedok village. The market is somewhere there.
Somewhere here.
Right there, yeah. But lower part, because you see the road going down to Bedok Rest House, right? When you go down the road, there's another tiny road called you turn left. You turn left, you turn right. That little area where you see the construction, the dotted line, is all there. It's very near. And this is just an estimated drawing. The road is not so big actually.
Yeah.
The where cursor is, the road is not big actually. It's a tiny dirt road. Not the main road size, Yeah.
Could you say something about Sungai Bedok?
Sungai Bedok is right in front of our house. First, right in front of our house is a sungai. Then they dump all the rubbish. When they dump the rubbish, then a lot of fly coming out.
They dump the rubbish.
They dump
in the river.
To the river there. Just in front of our house.
Who? The residents?
Yeah, that's right.
The government.
Okay.
The government.
It became a burning area. They burned the rubbish there.
Oh, okay.
No, okay. So just to explain after what I've researched, the first picture you saw, where we show the house, below that you can see like a breakwater. That's where it's not a real river, it's a tributary. It's like the edges of the river, you know, and the water just, when it high tide, you can see the water, but if not, it's mostly mud. So that area was dumped by a lot of things, you know, and then it was a bit slightly smelly for about one over year. Then after dirt came on, then when we grew up, there was no more. It was all filled up right with earth right by that time. And then the river, I think there's a picture of it in the post where we talked about the bridge. So that's where the Sungai Bedok really, and it's still there lah. You know, you see the first picture, you can see at the bottom part is a breakwater. There's no earth there, like as if, you know.
Yeah.
That's where the Sungai Bedok tributaries were. So it's very hard to describe.
So by the time we were there, it was already all covered with sand.
Yeah.
And nearby was a pile of rubbish being burned every other day.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like an eyesore, wasn't like a huge dumping ground. But the real river that when we were there, it's further
down, further in.
Yeah. So the mouth of the river is kind of like sealed.
Yeah.
Really?
So they had a very clear, and then that Sungai Bedok, that end of the where it goes to the sea, is still in existence now. If you where the new water plant, that area, there's a Sungai Bedok. Now it's all canal. Now they covered up, so you can see it's there. Yeah.
Okay.
But in those days it's not now. So I in the post I had put up some pictures of the different scenes, and some people commented that they live near there. They were the RAF soldiers and all that. They stay near there, so they remember that part. But we're not living exactly very near that place. It's still a good walk, 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
So we are nearer the sea.
Then you're nearer the sea.
Then this river. Yeah.
Yeah. So this map is from 1954 when you all first moved in. So 20 years later, when you moved out, right, in 1974, it had changed quite a bit.
Yeah, the river doesn't exist. Only there.
Yeah. So that's where that river is. There's a mosque there. Remember, there's a mosque there. Yeah, but we are still behind the Bedok Rest House. So there's a tiny little road that goes up. Just as a side comment, I'm supposed to construct the map based on memories from the other members who told me there's an ice shop here, there. So I have not done that map yet. It's an estimate only, actually. Yeah.
Yes, on the left, there's a provision shop.
But they're talking about the river. There's a bridge there. And my dad told us that during the Japanese occupation, I think people who were beheaded, they displayed their heads on that bridge, right? Going across the river.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a story.
Yeah. I mean, there was a bridge that everybody had to cross, wooden bridge, concrete and wooden. And he said that they were spiking all the beheaded during the Japanese occupation.
Gruesome.
There seems to be quite a lot of development here. I mean, the roads here have been built, right? Have been constructed, and here as well in these 20 years. So population was growing in this area. Do you remember that? More people.
One family is quite a lot of people staying because they are all in-law, sister-in-law, all stay in the same big house. Even in front of me also, the family also quite big, 2 family. Usually they stay 2 family. The other side 3 family.
Yeah.
The actually when we were there, we wouldn't notice because most people are just who live there has been there. There's no destruction of houses for new build up. That only happened after we left.
Yeah, that's right.
Then they start to bring up, then they start to do up, and now even the Bedok Girls School, Bedok Boys School don't exist anymore already. They changed everything, completely changed already. So only the church is still there. That Bedok Methodist Church.
There's still a school there, but it's now a modern school.
Yeah, but
they changed the location.
They
built up another.
They built up a completely different school now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really the buildings that we were there. There was not like you don't see development in those days. In fact, I think government was happy for us to move out because the area is controlled a lot by rent control. We were also paying rent to the landowners, as a squatters.
After we shift out,
After we shift out, then things start to happen.
Then those who buy our house, they get the money to buy over their house.
Yeah, they were compensated.
Compensate.
But not us. We sold it to other people.
We sold already.
The house, the Kampong house, was it rented or did you buy it? Just to clarify.
The land.
The land is rented, but the house
The
was
land
bought.
is rented.
Okay.
The house is our house.
Interesting.
Your neighbors, were they also kind of middle class? What kind of background were they? Did you spend a lot of time talking to them, to the other housewife, chatting with them?
Everybody keep to themselves. Only when we see each other, say hello, and sometimes they come over to visit us to see my mother-in-law. Just come and see. Once in a while, they will come over and talk to my mother-in-law.
Everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody knew everybody
The
around that.
Sanko,
Yeah, they will know each other.
The Alice, and then the Chef Lachan, that one, Aso, Leong.
Dennis and Jimmy, did you all know the neighbors?
Yeah. I think we knew them as aunties and uncles.
And we know some of their children.
Yeah.
Okay, we go cycling with remember Adrian and some of them. So we do mix with not every single household. We do mix with the people that
we mix.
We even mix with a neighbor further up the road, right near the Sungai Bedok. And that neighbor, he was he's a teacher with Dr. Valentine Tan. He's a teacher at St. Patrick's School, and his daughter, he got 3 children. His daughter is currently the wife of our minister, Dr. Tan Si Leng. So we got to know them when we were kids, Yeah.
But they moved in only 1 or 2 years before we left.
Yeah.
Later, it was late.
Yeah. So people moving in and out.
They'll take the same bus to go to school. Every time they will come to our house and wait for the bus.
I noticed there was a police station nearby, right?
Police station.
Yeah, very small one.
Yeah, correct. That also the main road.
Main road, on the main road,
very small.
Main road there. There's a good clinic. Yeah, there's a clinic also opposite all the road that after the police station.
Are there other kinds of facilities nearby?
Nothing.
Shops? Are there shops?
Oh yeah.
Shop, yes.
The provision shops are the
provision
community
shop
places.
on the main road. Main road.
Yeah.
But 10 minutes walk only.
So everybody knew the provision shop owner because everybody had to go there and buy stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that.
And his daughter gave us Chinese tuition.
Yeah.
And next to him, there's a barber shop where we go and cut our hair. By Indian barber.
There's a tailor shop.
There's a tailor shop there.
And then GB also shop, provision shop.
Then they have provision shop with gas, LPG gas and all that. So there's a few shops left and right along the main road, all facing the main road.
Corner is a coffee shop, sell wanton mee.
Yeah.
You're talking about Bedok Road, is it?
Yes.
Bedok.
Okay.
That's the row of houses.
Yeah, where the road turns out, and then that road is curved, right? It's notorious for many accidents. You go to school and you see a car left the road and enter into the coffee shop.
Or a motorcyclist who didn't turn properly.
Didn't turn properly, and then there's all kinds of things happening in that corner. Yeah.
I can see 3 schools further north, right? Bedok School, Bedok Girls, and Bedok Boys.
Yeah, that's right. But that one is more further down.
Further down.
Yeah.
Take bus to go there.
Mosque, church. So were there quite a lot of Malays in the area?
Yeah. I think
Malay and Chinese.
the village was basically two parts. Our part was mostly the Chinese.
Another part mostly Malay.
Another parallel street would be Malays. But it's you will come and go lah, but you see the Malays will congregate one side, the Chinese congregate one side.
Yeah.
But when we cycle, we will just go around anywhere.
Yeah, we will we consider ourselves as Malay Chinese Kampong. So we grew up meeting everybody, we interacted everybody. They will come to our house, get the fruits from the living tree. And then even though outside a lot of Chinese houses, the Muslim mosque is there. So the Muslims will come over to our side. So the intermingling is inevitable.
There's only one house is Eurasian. One house.
We know them.
Eurasian near the church,
family.
near the mosque there.
Went to the same school. Eurasian family. Yes.
Adrian and all that, right?
Then across the river is the Kosek Lim family, right?
Yeah, right inside.
Yeah.
Kosek Lim estate.
Across the river is all the relatives of Kosek Lim.
Yeah.
Which my mother also knows. The road is called Kosek Lim now, the new water. Road still remains as Kosek Lim.
Yeah. I think there will be another story by another family.
Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of these small roads with Malay names, right? Like Jalan Kati. Are these roads still around?
Yes. Kati is still around.
Still around.
Kati Salam still around. But they're all landed property right now. Some of them are good class bungalows.
All good class bungalows now.
Yeah.
Right.
So traditional Malay area, this Bedok.
And where the corner of that road turns, that's where the future MRT will be. In fact, it's now under construction, part of the Thomson line.
Which MRT is this? Bedok something?
It's called Sungai Bedok MRT.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming up there. But when you exit, it's the Bedok corner food. So that's where we are, where the Bedok camp and the whole area. So yeah, if we were still staying there, we will be taking MRT. But now the whole place is all built up. Eastwood Road Estate.
So 1963, your family moved to Kampong Chee, yeah?
Yeah, because a private developer bought over the land. And so to become, today, it's called, behind Bedok School now is a private estate. Limau Estate. Limau Estate.
Limau Estate, okay.
Yeah, today. Yeah.
Right. So your it's quite close, right? From Bedok Village to Kampong Chee is not that far away.
Not that far away.
Can I have your address for Kampong Chee?
262B.
262B?
Pengi Road. Penggee.
Okay.
Pengi Road.
I can now show you the other map. So
it's not shown in the map because this
it is the other map.
It is, but I live quite deep inside, which is not shown on the map. I know it's not shown in the map because quite deep inside. It's a laterite road, a secondary road, a laterite road. Mud track. It's a mud track. But later on they name it. Yes, later on they give it a name at the track. Side track.
And there is another village here called Ulu Bedok Village.
Ulu Bedok is quite further in. So
okay. There's a clinic here.
A clinic. I suppose it's something the Utamram Clinic, which is donated by a rich Indian philanthropist. All right, because at that time the people in the east, I do not know, that has the highest number of TB sufferers. I don't know how they got the number, but they said that I do research, saying that the people in the east had the greatest number of TB sufferers. So this Utamdram, Mr. Utamdram had a piece of land. He donated a piece of land to build a clinic for the TB patient.
Interesting.
Today it's still there. Sata Utamdram Clinic is still there.
Okay. And there's a Kramat. close by.
Keramat is already could be the Indian landowners Keramat shrine. It's a shrine.
Okay, so tell us about Kampong Chee. What was the population?
Yes, Kampong Chee quite a huge kampong, which stretches from Changi Road right into quite near the airport. Even though Kampong Chee, they like to concentrate on the Chee market, but this name Chee spread right until the edge of Paya Lebar Airport. And the population, I could say, quite substantial. Few 100,000. I cannot actually tell you how much.
That's okay. The population, was it also a mixed population?
Mainly Chinese, but of course there are some in Kaki Bukit, the Malays. There are quite a few Malays, mostly Chinese.
Right. And Chinese are mostly Hokkiens or mixed?
Hokkien, Teochew, and a few Cantonese, Hainanese. Mainly Hokkien. Mainly Hokkien. And Hokkien group also. There's one thing like to say, the Po surname had its temples there because of, I think the village of Po, they shifted over wholesale right into Chee. And so they set up the temples, and then they had the clans there. And if you go to Chee in the school, you open up the register, 1/3 of the register are Po's surname children.
Okay. Interesting, huh? The Po's are what? They are Hokkiens?
Yeah, Hokkien. Yeah.
And yourself? You are Hokkien?
Hokkien Yo.
Hokkien also. Okay.
Yeah.
Were there many Yos in Chee?
Yes, we have a few houses of Yos because from China, some from Telok went to Telok, some went to Chee, and one or two were the Bedok and Tampines when they came from China.
Right.
Of course, in the Yos in Chee is also, of course, not as many as Po's, but it's quite a number.
I see. What was the occupation of the Chinese? What were the common occupations?
Very varied. It's very interesting. In comparison with Kampong Bedok and Kampong Chee, it's a vast difference, right? In Kampong Bedok, they are mostly Malays, they are fishermen and people in the civil service. But in the Chinese Kampong, they have a wide varieties of occupation. There are farmers, there are some local factories, owners like coconut processing, tofu processing, fishing, of course, rearing fishes, being farmers, landowners, and pig farmers, chicken rearing, and so on. There's different varied varieties of occupations. Dressmaking, and many other, and of course, gathering swill from the hotels and restaurants. Swills, those leftovers.
From the, you mentioned coconut. So there were many coconut trees in the area?
Yes. The coconut trees, in between the coconut tree where the kampong stays, where the people stay, in between the coconut trees.
And the Malays were
the
also...
Malays, they are mostly settled at the Kaki Bukit. They are, of course, there are one or two families who mix with the Chinese.
The kampong at Jalan Wijaya, is that the name? Is that the name of the kampong, or did it have its own name?
Well, actually, that whole area, actually, we used to call it Kembangan area. So actually, it's like Kampong Kembangan. So the Kampong area, when people ask us, we will say Kampong Kembangan, actually. Yeah, so you had all the Kampong Kembangan, you had all the Lengkong 1, Lengkong 2, and then you have all the Pacitan 1, Pacitan 2. So these are like street names in Malay, so street 1, street 2, until like 12, things like that.
Right. You can see here there's Kampong Kembangan, right?
Yes, that's right.
So it's quite a large area. The whole
Yeah,
kampong.
I mean the whole area actually encompasses, I would say, maybe towards uh, the Upper Changi Road. So one side, on the right side is the Upper Changi, and on the other side, of course, you have Kampong Chee. And then on the left side, if it's going towards, I would say, Kaki Bukit.
Right. And there's Kampong Eunos on that side,
Yeah,
right?
and then if you go upwards, it would be like the Kaki Bukit area. Yeah.
Um,
But it's nice to see this map. Brings
yeah,
back a lot of
I was
nostalgia.
trying to Google it, and the only kampong, the only Jalan Wijaya is in JB now.
Yes, that's right. I think I did a Google search once, and yeah, it was actually in there is one in JB actually.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at some of the landmarks, right? There's a mosque here, there's a Chinese temple, another
Yeah.
mosque here. So
Yeah.
ethnically, what was the population living in Kampong Kembangan?
Well, actually, I would say all the races. So you had a lot of Malays in this area.
Yeah.
You had Chinese, you had Indians, and you actually had quite a number of Eurasians actually. So we actually moved to Jalan Wijaya in I think 1965 or 66. And before that, actually, my family was living uh, on another street close to Jalan Kembangan, which is Jalan Lapang. So if you look at the name Kampong Kembangan, slightly below, horizontally, there's one street called Jalan Lapang, Lapang.
On the opposite side, is it? Or
So
the
you
same
see,
side?
right on top, you have the name Kampong Kembangan.
Yeah.
And if you just look slightly below that, there's one street. So you have Kampong Kembangan, you have Jalan Krian. And then the street which is parallel to Jalan Krian is Jalan Lapang.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So my family, my they actually lived in a house there, and then in I think 65 or 66 we moved to Jalan Wijaya. So we have actually been living in that area. Yeah, I mean since the mid early to mid 60s actually.
Was that at Jalan Lapang? Was that also a atap house, a wooden house?
Yeah, it was like an atap house actually.
Okay.
So at that stage, actually, my brothers actually told me that much earlier, actually, you actually also had some Caucasians actually living in that area. So you actually had the British forces. There were some people, I mean, a lot of them were living in some of the other traditional areas like Naval Base or Serangoon Gardens or Portsdown, but there were a couple of families. But by the mid to late 60s, a lot of them moved out. And like quite a few of the Eurasian families in our area also, we do have some of them who actually migrated to Australia. So by the early 70s, yeah, it was more, I would say, Malays, Chinese, Indians, with just a handful of Eurasians. But it has always been like a very mixed, I would say, mixed culture. And of course, growing up, I had friends of all races. And when I was a kid, I actually picked up Hokkien. I don't know how. I guess the fact that I was hanging out a lot of Chinese kids, and a lot of them were speaking Hokkien. And as a kid, you just pick it up just like that. So I actually spoke Hokkien to some of them. And of course, after that, my Hokkien sort of dropped off quite a bit. But when I was when I was doing my national service, in fact, with some of the soldiers, actually, I actually had to communicate with them in Hokkien because some of them couldn't actually speak in English. And in fact, my Hokkien picked up a bit when I was doing my national service. And then, of course, I mean, speaking Malay, you speak Malay. And in school, actually, as the second language, I studied Malay in school. So, but yeah, I mean, growing up there was always uh, it it was very nice in the sense that I mean, during the festivities, if it's Hari Raya Puasa, your Malay Muslim friends will invite you to their place. If it's Chinese New Year, your Chinese friends will invite you to their place. And then for example, during Christmas, we will invite our friends over to our place. So very communal. And where I lived in Jalan Wijaya, I recall it as a kid, a lot of the houses, they didn't close their doors. So sometimes we'll be playing like police and thief or hide and seek, and we will literally be running through a house because their front door will be open, their back door will be open, and you can just run across. But for us as a kid, it was normal, and for them, I mean, of course, some families were not too happy about that, but most people actually tolerated us. So interesting, actually, in that sense, when you think about it, now.
Right. Of course, 1964 is the year or so when there were two very serious race riots in Singapore.
Yes,
Were
64
there any
and 69.
kind of like racial tension ever you felt in your kampong?
I guess maybe I was maybe too young to really appreciate, I mean, things like tensions, perhaps people maybe for a short while may have kept that distance. But I mean, when I was like really, I mean, uh, conscious of things in the early 70s, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any like resentment by one race against the other, for example. Everyone sort of tolerated each other. I mean, again, you may have people who avoid another group, but as far as I can see, I didn't know. And of course, being a kid, perhaps they're more lenient towards you, and they perhaps give you face. So as a kid, I didn't feel. I mean, I felt that I could speak to my Chinese neighbors, my Malay neighbors, my Indian neighbors freely, and most of them treated us very well.
And do you have any memories of Kampong Amber?
Oh yes, Kampong Amber. My chauffeur, my driver, has got relatives who stays in Kampong Amber, and in fact, one of my classmates, stays in there, a Chinese. He stays in there, and he tells me, very peaceful, very tranquil. The whole camaraderie of the Kampong folks there, that spirit, the Malay call it the gotong royong, the entire, that enlightening part of their life, I mean, people are always so smiling, gay. And when it comes to Hari Raya, there is that magnanimity, he gives food, Malay food, whatever, from Kampong Amber.
Yeah, I think there's a memoir written on Kampong Amber by one of the residents some time ago.
Okay,
worth
that's
checking
good.
out.
Yeah, nice to read about Kampong Amber. I did pass through that road, or rather that Amber Road. Into the Kampong, into the village, into those kampongs, together with my classmate. And it's very still and very calm, very laid back. And it's beautiful, it's going back to those days, early days, you can imagine, because we were not born during the war, pre-war we were not there, but you could imagine, we could visualize what it was like Singapore when population was 900,000, 800,000. And if you go back to the 1920s, you could get an idea of suburban Singapore. The Geylang side, the Teluk Blangah side, the Bendemeer Road side, that part of Singapore, Singapore was very big in island, but very small in city.
In Changi Village, were there shops, that catered to the British?
The shops that catered is like my father's shop.
Right.
Shoe shop. Yeah, they actually cater to the British. If they depend on the locals, they won't be able to survive. They sell clothes, they sell all these things here. Like we just a European bar, milk bar, mini bar, yes. Most of them. And then of course when it comes to the local food, they cater to the locals who work there.
The milk bars are very interesting to me. I mean, they are a feature of those days. Yeah. Did you go inside a milk bar?
No.
No.
We're too young. I don't know. We never go because they look like very expensive places.
Yeah. They're probably kind of middle class, right? For middle class people.
That's right. And then they also have, I think, two very well equipped shops that cater to, they deliver groceries to the British families. There were two of them. I can't remember the name. One is called John Fat. The other one is Ken Wat. Yes, now I remember. One is called Ken Wat. One is John Fat.
So these are like they deliver food, groceries, vegetables,
groceries,
that kind of thing.
And they sell really, the high end, the Angmo food that we don't normally see there. Yeah.
Did the British servicemen or their wives ever come out to Changi Village?
Oh, of course, they are there. When I at my father's shop, I see that. So they will take pictures, and that's how we got the photograph. Yeah, they will talk to us. They're quite nice. Yeah, they will be walking around, and then we also have a night market, a Wednesday night. We have the British will be there. They will be with us. Yeah, with the villagers.
I think you mentioned earlier that you had accompanied your mother inside the RAF. Is that right? Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay, RAF Changi, right? You went into RAF Changi.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about your memories of RAF Changi.
I just remember it's a very strict place, and in order to go in, you need to have a pass. That's one thing. There's military police there. Okay. When you go in, it's a very nice place because from the village it's all like run down and everything. You go into this place where you have all these big buildings, look so grand, and then they have very nice green surrounding. Absolutely nice place, and they also have at that point in time they have some bungalows there for high-level civil servants. So a nice place to go to, nice roads and everything. And lots of trees. And then the buildings are huge, including the dwelling place. I will know that this high-ranking officer will stay in this house. The black and white houses, similar to that, but not so grand as the one all the black and white houses that those days. We didn't call them black and white houses, but the bigger ones are for some warrant officers, and smaller ones for different families. They're still existing there. They didn't pull them down.
Yeah, I mean, they are still around. The Changi Village, they are no longer around, right?
Yes, they withdrew in 1972, completely almost. And that's when Changi Village, the people started moving out because there's no jobs, nobody to serve, nothing to sell food. Yeah. It was thriving because of the British.
Were your parents worried when they heard about the British moving out?
I think we were already poor, so it doesn't make a difference. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't remember them talking about being worried. Because now I look back, because when I look back, and there was one year in 1973, there was one year there was a very severe recession, and I went there. There was a severe recession, but I realized that we were just poor. So whether recession or not, it really didn't affect us because we were just like that. Yeah. So I think that was the situation.
Yeah, that was the oil shock, right?
I do not know. I can't remember. But I look back, I didn't realize I lived through that recession. I was already a very young lady then. I'm not an adult yet, but I should know all these things. I didn't feel it.
So subsequently, when you all moved out, by the way, where did you move to?
Moved to Chee.
Okay.
The villages, most of them moved to Chee because that was the area allocated to the villages.
The HDB, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I just had a episode recently with Yo Hong Ing. he stayed in Kampong Chee, and then later on the family moved into the HDB flats.
In Chee as well?
Mm-mm.
I remember the old Chee compared to the new Chee. Yes. Yeah. Also, when I take a bus to school, I had to pass that evening.
Right. And what did your parents do after they moved out in terms of their work?
My mother became a babysitter, and my father continued doing his cobbling job because he enjoyed having something to do. So he still would take a bus, go back there.
Oh, go back to the shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do his, half a day, spend there doing his shoe repairing business. Yeah.
Did he talk about whether the business there was affected, by the pullout?
No, it didn't affect him at all because it's during those days when these things are happening. He already lost his shop. But certainly it affected the livelihood of the shopkeepers there.
Yeah. I mean, did you find that, if you did go back to Changi Village after the pullout, after you all moved out, that Changi Village had started to decline as a place?
Decline as in
you said earlier that it was a bustling place. Did you find that began to disappear after the British left?
Of course, there's nobody around. People are just like barely surviving, and many move.
So does this mean there were fewer shops, or there was less activity going on? Was this quite clear?
Yes, it's very obvious that there's less activity. Yeah, the shops, I think, more or less the same in number. So I think you find that the shops are all transformed into this. If you go there now, those for people who go there for picnics and staying in the bungalow, those government has not of bungalow houses for civil servants. Yeah, so it's a weekend place. Then they have selling fishing tackle and all these things. Yeah, more for people who are going there for fishing. They are replaced by many of the shops. They don't have those proper shops that serve family and serve people. Not many.
Yeah.
Definitely.